We are back on the road with a heavy haulage model from WSI. This time it's a Volvo Fh4 Sleeper Cab, and this flatbed truck carries a Fassi F1100 loader crane. It's in the colours of the Swedish company Tommy's Kranbilar. And if you want to know what a Kranbilar is, well, you'll have to go and find Tommy. The packaging is a standard WSI factory sealed box, and there are a few parts that come with the model. There's also a generic instruction sheet for the Fassi loader crane, and that's quite good, with clear photos telling you what to do. We'll go for a little bit of assembly to get things started, so we'll add the sideboards onto the flatbed deck, and they drop into place with the side ones holding the rear one in position. But of course you could leave the sideboards off if you just wanted a straight flatbed. The other thing we'll add on is a lifting beam, and that clips on just behind the Fassi crane. We always start underneath, so this time we'll start underneath, and the chassis is modelled in nice detail. The Volvo cab is really nice with beacon lights on the roof. There are colour-coded door mirrors, and the Volvo grille is impressive. The wheels look smart with their painted hubs, and the graphics on the cab are very sharp. There are storage boxes under the flatbed deck, and the plastic replica timbers on the deck are nicely detailed. The sideboards are metal and nicely cast, and the truck has got realistic number plates. The outriggers are metal with smooth pistons, and even the pads have got nice casting detail. The Fassi loader crane looks good, and a fuel tank and slewing motor add detail, and the boom and the fly jib have got nice fin wall telescopic sections. So the steering on the model is interesting because the rear axle is linked to the front too, but the range of movement is not huge. In a straight line the Volvo rolls along nicely, and if we set the steering and drive along a little, we can trace out a shallow curve. Of course, to drive along there must be an engine, so let's tilt the cab and have a look at it. And it's quite nicely detailed, and it's got the Volvo name on it. Let's move on and test out the Fassi loader crane. And we'll start by pulling out the outriggers from their transport position, and then the post rotates downwards. You then extend it in the normal way by unscrewing it. It's nicely engineered because the pistons are smooth, and when it's extended we can rest it loosely in a pad, and additional small square pads are also provided. Towards the back of the truck there are two-stage outriggers, and they work in just the same way. Once the piston's extended, you use a slightly different shaped pad to put it on. Now we are ready to open up the Fassi loader crane. And here you can see we've got the fingers firmly on the controls. The main boom rams are very stiff, so they'll hold a pose, but rotating the boom is very easy. To extend the telescopic boom you just pull out the various sections, and there's a little bit of friction there so they won't all collapse in if you point the boom upwards. The model comes with an additional part, and that's a fly jib, so to fit that you take the top section off the boom, and then you replace it with the fly jib. This model is a little bit different because this section isn't telescopic, so you need to push the ram in, then lower the fly jib fully in. Another possibility is to fit container locks onto the deck, and then the giant hand crane can lower the container onto those locks, and that gives you a different looking display. This is another interesting and well-made heavy haulage model from WSI. It combines the usual attributes of excellent detailing with some very good functionality, and that produces a very good looking and flexible model. So if you like heavy trucks with big loader cranes, this one's outstanding.